alive. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it so cool how I didn't die? I think that that's really cool. Hey, one thing that I just want to put out. Yes, mozzarella. Okay. One thing I just want to put out there. If you were curious, personally speaking, when it comes to having a chronic illness with a mystery origin that's treatable but debilitating for 10 days at a time, I don't recommend it. I know that some people like might be of other opinion. I don't know if this is controversial, but like personally speaking, I don't think it's worth it. Personally, if you can, if you've got a choice, maybe just shop around a little bit more. Um, Maybe like a treatable like eczema. I think maybe opt for eczema. I think that's probably a little bit more worth it. I survived though. I lived. I actually got sick with the chronic illness twice. With exactly 1 week of being okay between them. It was insane. But I lived, and I am back for more tier ranking of the Animorphs, and so is Mozzarella. He won't leave me alone, so you're gonna probably hear him beeping and talking because he's real talkative right now. Our next category is character most likely to say fuck if they were allowed to say fuck in these scholastic books. Number one, Axe. This feels like a no-brainer to me. As soon as he is introduced to this word, he is going to be rolling over it in his human morph mouth as often as he can. Like, fuck, fuck, and it would rule. It would be fucking awesome. It would be really, really good. Next up, number 2, we have Visser 1. I think that she would just deploy a really dry, like, fuck, really, really well. Like, Visser 3 shows up and she goes, fuck this guy. Like, I think it would be really good. Number 3, Tobias. I think Tobias has really earned it, and like Visser 1, I think he could really pull off a very dry, just fuck. Fuck. I think he has a lot to say fuck about, too. Next, we have Marco. He's got to be the kind of guy who, as soon as he feels comfortable enough to do a swear, he's going to do like 18 swears per sentence. And I think that he would like the word fuck, but I think that he would be more of a shit guy. Next up, we have Rachel. Again, I think that she's earned it, and I think that she would deploy it. Next up, we have Jake. I think Jake he's a good boy. He's a good boy, and I don't think he would feel the need for such language except once in a blue moon. And if he drops it, it's gonna be good. He's gonna really mean it. Next, we have Cassie. She's just, I think it would be really funny if she said fuck. I think that definitely everybody else will goad her into saying fuck, and I do think that she'll, again, pull it out once in a blue moon just to, like, take people really off guard and get them to laugh a little bit. Finally, at the very bottom of the list, and I think maybe there's a chance that people are surprised by this, but Visser 3. I think that Visser 3 would think that it is cheap, and not sufficient. I think that he really wants to seem very cool and very daunting, and I think the second that you introduce mundane swear words into that, words like fool stop having the gravitas. Like you kind of can't mix forms like that. Next, who is most likely to be an astrology girly? Number 1, Marco. I think that Marco would be absolutely on top of everybody's horoscope, but make it seem like it's a joke and he doesn't think it's real, but I think he absolutely actually does, and I think he's very superstitious about it. I think that he is almost definitely looking up his compatibility with Rachel, and I do think he would go as far as to get her entire star chart to figure that shit out. Next, Tobias. I feel like Tobias would be a little bit more earnest with it. I could see Tobias being like, it's okay, Cassie. You're a Taurus. And I think that would be really funny. And it just feels on brand to me. I just feel like he would get it. I feel like he would get it. 3, Rachel. I think that Rachel sees this. I think that Rachel would be the kind of person who is like an astrology girly, a Myers Briggs girly. I think that she is just somebody who likes a personality quiz. I think that if she were her age in the era of like early BuzzFeed quizzes, she would have gone fucking hog wild with that shit. I can't explain why. I just feel it in my soul. Next, Cassie. I think that she's probably one of the least likely. She's just so rational and clear headed, and she has very much a scientific focus on things. I think that she would kind of scoff at astrology, but I think that she would secretly think it's fun. I think that she's maybe the inverse of Marco here, if that makes sense. Next up, we have Jake. I don't think that Jake gets it, and I don't think that he has the time to anything. I don't think he's got the time to anything. Next up, we have Visser 3. He has been to probably to and around many of these stars, and I think he'd be confused. However, he's so gullible and stupid and dumb that I think he would be convinced by it. Now, I'm not saying that I think astrology is stupid and dumb. I'm an astrology girly. You send me your chart and I will immediately read you for filth. I was, in fact, a little bit known on Twitter at one point for doing exactly that, and people being devastated. You can email me your star chart at nevermorphed@hughouse.productions or will@hughouse.productions, and I will respond reading you for filth. I will do this. Next, we have Axe. I think he has been to those stars, and I think he would be like, this is very fucking stupid, and I think that he would not be swayed. And at the very bottom, Visser 1, I think if you even tried to suggest this to her, she would kill you. In almost a Visser 3 way, except a lot more sophisticated. Maybe I should bring up astrology to her. Next, who would best handle becoming YouTube famous? This is a very specific tier question. Who would best handle becoming YouTube famous? First up, number 1, Visser 1. I think that she would be such an unbelievably successful YouTube grifter. I think that she could actually take over the world this way, and I think it would be 5,000,000% easier than any other tactic. I think that she would excel at this. 2, Jake. Jake is so sweet and so down to earth and so real that I actually don't think that fame would go to his head very much. I think if anything, it would stress him out, but I think it would stress him out less than most of these others. I think that he would just be the most chill about it. I think that he'd probably have like a really chill, straightforward, like maybe a vlog channel, maybe some kind of a little hobby channel. And I think that he would just kind of be an unproblematic fave for as long as he wanted to. And then I think he would quit when he wanted. Next up, we have Rachel. I think that she'd be very, very good at this. I think that she would be like a mini Visser 1 in a way, except for instead of taking over the world, she would maybe advocate for maybe self-defense for young women. I could see her doing a series on self-defense for young women, something like that. I also think that she'd do vlogs. I also think that she'd do makeup and fashion content. I think she'd handle it honestly just fine. She comes from a media family. I think that she would kind of know how to wield this power in a way that is beneficial for her and doesn't make her insane. Next, Tobias. I think that we are getting into the sphere here where people would just generally not handle it very well. I think that Tobias would be very anxious but very flattered, and he would maybe go a little too hard and then burn out and fizzle out. But I do think, I don't think he would become egomaniacal or super, super, super extremely anxious. I think that he might just kind of like the attention, and I think it might go to his head a little, and then I think eventually he would burn out and stop. Next is Marco. I don't trust him with this. I don't trust him with this. I don't think I think it would be so bad for him on literally every single level. Every single level. I think that he would go mad with power. I think that he would become even more self-loathing. I think that he would become even more parody of himself. I think that he would make himself a product and go crazy and ruin his life. Essentially, I think that he would. I think unless he was reined in by others, I think that he would ruin his life about this. However, not as bad as number 6, Cassie. My girl could not handle this shit. She would be so scared, so anxious. She would feel deep obligation to put out content regularly and not disappoint anybody. She'd be terrified of being canceled. She would be so scared of not platforming the right people or saying the right things. She would implode. She would implode. Next, Axe, I think that Axe would not understand what is occurring while simultaneously. Have you guys seen the Drew Gooden Cybertruck video where he kind of becomes that character at the end who's like a crypto bro with like crazy sunglasses and shit? I think that would be Axe. I think Axe would go all the way like I'm so famous. I'm so famous and I'm actually so cool. But I think that he also wouldn't really understand what was occurring. I do think this is hilarious and I would like to see it. Finally, Visser 3. I think he would get YouTube famous and immediately say something so problematic that he is kicked off the internet forever in a way that we actually rarely see people have to deal with the ramifications of. I think it would ruin his life in a different way from how it would ruin Marco's. Next, who would want to be YouTube famous? Again, very different question. Number 1, Visser 3. I think that Visser 3 would want this desperately. I think that he would say that it's because he wants to use it to take over the world. I think it would actually be because he wants to be famous and cool. 2, Visser 1, I think that she actually would use it to reach her goals. 3, Marco. This just seems straightforward to me. 4, Rachel. I don't think that she would really want this as much as she thinks she does, but I do think that she would be drawn in by the appeal of being an influencer. Absolutely. 5, Tobias. I think that he, again, would just kind of like having any positive attention his way from people who aren't already his friends. 6 is Jake. I don't think he wants this at all. I think he is too tired, and I don't think that he wants to deal with this pressure. 7, Cassie. Cassie knows that she would not handle this well and that she would implode, and it would be really bad. Cassie is luckily very self-aware about things like this, to my knowledge. Last, Axe. I don't think he knows what this means. Next category, most likely to be late because they were playing Pokemon Red or Blue for Game Boy. These like all come from the Patreon Discord, by the way. Please join us there. It's so good. Number 1, Tobias. I feel like Tobias has that neurodivergent hyper focus like nobody's business. I don't feel like it is treated or medicated. And I think that he would start that game, become immediately engrossed, and then completely lose track of literally everything else. Number 2, Visser 3, I think that if somebody explained to him how to play it, I think that he would likewise just get completely consumed by it. I think that he would specifically want to have all feline type Pokemon, and I think that he would be thrilled by this game that is just focused largely on creature combat. I think that is kind of his safe space. Next, we have Marco. I feel like he's a little bit better about knowing knowing that he's going to be engrossed by this and maybe set like 18 alarms to make sure that this didn't happen. Next, we have Rachel. I think that Rachel is going to lie to herself and say that she is not going to get too engrossed by it, but I think that she would. However, I think it would take a lot more to convince her to play it in the first place, which I think puts her pretty low. 5, Jake. He's responsible. 6, Axe. Again, I don't think that he I think that he would maybe go into the game and be like, oh, I fixed it, and just walks through the Elite Four and wins it in like 4 seconds. I don't think this would work. 7, Cassie. She is not playing this. She hates it conceptually. It is deeply upsetting to her. Last, Visser 1. She is an adult. Okay, who would last the longest in the world's quietest room? Number 1, we have Axe. I think that he has been trained for something like this, probably. And also, I think that he can entertain himself without anyone else just fine. Next, Visser 1. She is so strong. Again, I think that she's also been trained for something like this. And I think that she is so probably internally robust and mentally sound. And I just think she'd be fine. I think she'd handle it like an absolute champ. Next, we have Jake. Again, he's after having that yerk in his head, I feel like he can kind of do anything that just requires mental and emotional fortitude really well. And also, I think for the first little while, that would be so awesome for him. He would be like, oh, fucking finally, no responsibilities, nobody who needs my help, nobody who is relying on me. This is so chill. 4, Cassie. I think that she spends a lot of time in the quiet anyway, but I do think eventually it would get to her and she would get really lonely. 5, Tobias. Do not leave this boy alone with his thoughts like this. Don't do that. Don't do that. 6, Rachel. She has the shortest fuse imaginable. She would destroy the room after maybe 45 minutes. Next, Visser 3, the same, but more. And finally, in last place, number 8, Marco, the same, but even more. I feel he might actually drive the room itself crazy by not shutting up. Maybe that is a win. Maybe that's a win. I don't know. Next, who's the most likely to cry during a movie? Number 1, Jake. Number 1, Jake. I just feel it. I feel in my heart that if that boy were alive, when The Notebook and A Walk to Remember came out, I feel like he would be watching those and sobbing. 2, Cassie. I feel like she and Jake do this together. 3, Marco. He doesn't want to admit this, but we all know it's true. 4, Tobias. I honestly just think that Tobias has gone through so much shit that it's gonna take, like, we're gonna have to give him Dancer in the Dark for him to feel that emotionally moved by a sad film. You know, like, we're gonna have to go fucking Lars von Trier on his ass. Next, Visser 3, I don't think that he has emotions like that. 6, Rachel, she will not let you see her cry. That will not happen. That won't happen. 7, Axe, I don't think he gets it. 8, Visser 1, she is not sitting down to watch a film. We have our very final category here. And our next episode will be an episode proper. I'm so excited. Book 15 is going to go on for quite a long time. Great book, great conversation. But our last tier anchor for this little interstitial episode is best at planning surprise parties. Number 1, Visser 1. If she ever endeavored to do this, she would be impeccable. She would be impeccable. You would have no clue. And you would get to the party and it would be the best planned party that would be perfect for you. I have no doubts about that. 2, Rachel, I feel like she would be similarly extremely good at this. She just is less scary about it marginally than Visser 1. 3, Cassie. Now, Cassie, I feel, is going to be a little bit more likely to spoil the surprise, and I think that the party is going to be less extravagant than if Visser 1 or Rachel planned it. But I believe that it would be very, very thoughtful, very sentimental, very caring, and very sweet. I think it would be less like fun, exciting, indulgent, glamorous, and more like your little heart and soul are being spoken to. Next, we have Tobias. I think that his heart would be in the right place, and I don't think that he would know what the fuck he's doing. 5, Marco. I feel like he would be good at thinking of what would make a really fun party, and I think he would completely forget that he is doing this for anyone else. I think that he would just get wrapped up in making the coolest party imaginable, and maybe like Rachel would get there and be like, okay, I guess we're doing paintball. Next, Jake. I think that Jake would be very intimidated by this suggestion of a thing to do. I think even a surprise party itself would probably stress him out. I don't think that he likes keeping secrets, even if they're fun. And I think that the logistics and the planning, I think that he would be like, I literally don't know what makes a party fun. My brain can't supply this. Next, I think Visser 3. My note here when I was taking my notes is just in all caps and parentheses. Surprise, I ate you. It is a surprise. Finally, in last place, we have Axe, who is going to immediately tell you that he is organizing you a surprise party. All right. I hope you have enjoyed this very silly bonus episode. If you have other thoughts on things that you would want that are like this, please by all means let me know. These are obviously much easier to do than guest episodes, and they're really fun, and I really like it, and I like the absurdity of them. And I hope you liked it too, and I hope you had fun. If you have any disputes about any of my rankings, I am open to hearing them. You can email me. You can come to our Discord. You can post a comment on Patreon. You can put a letter. You can write a letter and put it in a bottle and put the bottle in the ocean, and it will maybe one day make its way to me. You can do the same by attaching it to a helium balloon. Okay. I'll see y'all again soon. No, I won't. I'll hear you. You know I won't. You'll hear me again soon. I'm not sick, but I sure am unwell. Bye!
Brought to you by Hug House Productions.